Swimming again, yes. Swimming. I'm obsessed with swimming. Привет, Игорь. Can you tell about your freelance jobs that you told us about on Patreon, or is it a secret? It's a secret, as usual. NDA and all this stuff. All I can tell is the movie project. Some character concept art. I wish it was a movie about swimming. Could be interesting. Are you all working, guys, currently? Because I had to stay at home today. Since I got the failure of heating system and repairman guys coming in the afternoon. So I'm sitting here and freezing my butt. Как работа из дома? Я тоже скоро планирую. Немного побаиваюсь ленности. Are you still working at Arcan? Yes, still working at Arcan. Still concept artist. If you've seen, there is a project announced already called Deathloop. You can find some trailer on YouTube. Вечная борьба с самим собой. Вот да, я этого опасаюсь немного. И поэтому у меня в таких дальних перспективах, если дела пойдут гладко, то, возможно, придется арендовать небольшое помещение, дешевое совсем, и туда уходить как бы на работу. I saw the trailer, looks very interesting. Do you enjoy working on that game? Yes. I'm kind of enjoying every opportunity to draw some concept art, whatever it will be. I absolutely don't mind any project. I really like the design of the zombies, looks very Peleng. Zombies? Wait, zombies? Which zombies? I feel confused. Zombies from Deathloop? Are we really talking about Deathloop? I don't recall any zombies. There are some weird funky guys wearing some masks, yes. By the way guys, someone was playing Death Stranding lately. Kojima Genius and all that. I'm playing it currently time to time when I have some spare hour. And yeah, those funky guys. Yeah. I can't talk too much about this project right now, unfortunately. It's kind of always a dilemma. I got this big layer, which is... oh fuck, I split them. No. Happens as well. Yes. I got this big layer, but I need this layer in between of this spike and something what represent the fish on the back. I'll just use release mask. Up. So this Death Stranding game is really interesting. I know that there are a lot of haters. Not haters, but people who are very critical about it, but I really believe it's some next... I would not say that it's a next generation game development, but I think it's one of the steps, like transition steps to the next generation games. And I'm not talking about graphics and things like this, but mostly about the logic and the, let's say, religion of the gameplay and game design. Okay. Когда вырабатывается режим, то все очень просто. Проснулся, сделал дела и сел за комп, поработал сколько нужно и встал. Сложно после отпуска или длительных выходных опять вставать в упряжку. Да, абсолютно соглашусь. У меня как раз вот я писал по поводу анимации. На 3 месяца меня так затянуло и выработался довольно-таки жесткий режим. И после этого очень-очень несложно, сложно наоборот, обратно к рисованию каждый вечер. Потому что там постоянно уже процесс налаженный был на ноутбуке что-то рендерится, на компе там сцена висит, которую надо там что-то пофиксить, куча бумажек тут валяется с заметками, где чего, то есть такая движуха была. И скорее всего она была именно пленительна тем, что она была рутинная. То есть сам вот процесс, он завораживал, то есть даже там не созидательная часть, а вот именно сам процесс, как все организовать, чтобы побыстрее, чтобы поэффективнее. Вот это затягивало очень сильно. А потом опять начались эти творческие будни, когда ты вечером домой приходишь после 8 часов рисования, садишься за комп и думаешь, что такое нарисовать. И пошли вот эти творческие муки опять. Но как-то выкарабкаемся. Swimmen помогает выкарабкаться. I was talking about how it's sometimes difficult to switch between some schedules, routine paths. If you already have some schedule and workflow established, and then something happens or you need to switch to another task, or you get another offer and it's difficult to do this, and there is of course some procrastination steps in. Which color to bring to the fish? Red one. Like a firefighter's car. Very delightful tune, Monday tune. I don't know if you can hear it after all. Death Stranding was very interesting. I wish more movie makers will make games. Yeah, that's one of the interesting things about mix of movie and games. And I think in the future, that's what I was talking about, I think in the future it will be more common. Like there will be almost no separation between movies and games. The movies will become more interactive and the games will become more like movies. So I think there won't be this borderline. There will be of course some art house movie and things like this, low budget things as usual. But as for mainstream, I think it will be a big fusion. I think even if it will be like in the end of the century when all the great directors and producers which we know right now will be already dead, I think there will be already technologies available to even recapture some movies into some other genres like games or whatever. The question with actors, I think, already today starts to fade. We don't need actors anymore. Soon there will be times when no concept artist will be needed, by the way. I think yes, it's and also it's mostly the matter of making choices. Interactivity, yes, when you can, I don't know, watch all the same movie, but choose where you would like to stand and where you would like to look, which actor you want to focus on during the dialogues and things like this. But also it's like, I don't know if you've seen these kind of games, they already appear in like these video games when actually it's just a video footage. And depending on your choices during the gameplay, there are different games are playing, the different videos are starting to play and represent the story. Something like that. Let's switch the music a bit. It's really not a Monday tune. I don't want to spoil your Mondays. I'm afraid artificial intelligence will generate stories and games, oh yes. Why are you afraid though? I think there always will be choices. Like today it's about art house, the same art house. It's the same old school guys who are gathering with some film cameras and enjoying the process. So I think even if in the future there will be a lot of work done by artificial intelligence or some robotic systems, I think there always will be an option to be occupied with something. I'm still in pause mode. I wanted to take a break and I'm forgetting to take a break. My conservative nature doesn't like it. Yes, but what we can do? We can break our heads, how to say, in sadness. But it's better just to accept what's coming and just trying to adjust and to see another options. Yeah, there always will be a room for creativity. I don't remember in which book actually, but there was some sci-fi book I read a year ago or something. I really don't remember which one was it. But there were mentioned, it's about the future. Of course, it's like robots everywhere doing all the job and stuff like this. And people would have the kind of labor camps where they go for, how it's called, kind of rehab, where you would do some basic labor things. Because it was an age, kind of an age of depression, no one knew what to do and stuff like this. Oh, it happens again. It's like Photoshop sometimes freezes and I can't choose anything. I hope it won't crash. Come on. Voila. No. Please work. Oh, come on. So annoying. These evil Photoshop updates and Windows updates are making some weird things sometimes. Are you guys being safe there? Because there is some virus I've heard, Chinese virus. Are you washing your hands after visiting public places? Maybe in the future we don't have such a thing as jobs, we would just have hobbies if AI profit gets distributed well. Yeah, maybe. I'm not that positive also about the future, of course. I have some conservative seed inside me as well. But again, what I'm trying to do is just accept what's coming and don't be very sad about this. Or maybe artificial intelligence will take all the hobbies as well. It will be everywhere. By the way, about this post on Patreon, I've mentioned the live streams for the next month. I don't know if I will have enough time for now, but I really would like to explore this idea of you bring in some topics and I draw it instantly, very quickly. And I really would like to start with the portraits. If you would theoretically give me a brief description of the character or something, and I could very roughly make some interesting portrait of this character. Oh fuck. I don't know what I wanted to do. I did something, but I forgot what I wanted. Okay, we'll just... Got pause on my screen. I'm currently struggling on a character who is a pearl hunter. I'm curious how you would design such a character. Interesting, yeah, it's interesting. The thing that I need some brief, you know, it's not just a description like a pearl hunter, for instance, but I don't know, like the pearl hunter without arms, for instance, as a shortest, and you already can invent some story which can be depicted on his face, sort of this. Women could be a pearl hunter as well, as a freelance, time to time. Let me know, by the way, if I'm breathing too loud, because once I got a note from my coworker. He was sitting next to me and he said that I'm breathing sometimes very loud, like some hard breathing, because almost all the time I have headphones and I can't hear myself. So let me know and I will stop breathing then. How to draw a bat without drawing a bat crack? That's kind of problems artists are supposed to solve all the time. Вообще не слышно, но ради интереса можно было попробовать не дышать минут 5. Смерти моей хотите? Надо такой челлендж организовать. И передавать от одного художника к другому, чтобы рисовать, пока не дышишь. 5 минут. Хотя как проверить? Я же вот сейчас скажу, что я не дышу. А заметно это не будет. И никак проверить нельзя. A military navy cannoneer with obsession for disco. Yeah, that would be a lovely description. That's a good example, yes. But for now I will just finish this, and next month we will jump in and try this. Speed paint portraits. Oops. Don't like his legs. О, хороший вопрос, да, пицца саммит. Мы все подготавливаемся и никак не подготовимся. Ну, с праздниками оно само собой понятно. Сейчас я звук убавлю чуть-чуть. С праздниками оно само собой понятно, все заняты были, хотя у нас была идея организовать новогодний стрим. Как бы все блогеры на YouTube организовывали. Но не получилось, потому что все были заняты, у всех были какие-то свои планы. Но мы так потихоньку организуемся, и как только мы наберем тем, потому что мы поняли, что, оказывается, очень важны темы для обсуждения, мы выйдем онлайн. Мы подготовили всякие заставочки, всякие штучки. Очень классно все выглядит теперь. Но пока точно ничего сказать не могу. Никаких дат нету, к сожалению. Постараемся скоро. I need to think about how to draw his legs. Кстати, даже уже на канале Pizza Summit там поменяли баннер. Очень теперь он красивый стал, прям красивенный. Прекрасный баннер. И вообще это здорово, мне очень нравится вообще заниматься такими делами оформительскими. Когда вся суть в оформлении. То есть сам контент уже заключается в оформлении. This silhouette part is very important to me all the time, and I'm spending most of the time trying to find a good silhouette. Even if in the end it doesn't look that I've spent so much efforts on it, usually it takes majority of the time, and I can redraw it forever. Because, you know, like for instance, in the real life you probably will never see the man like jumping like this out of the water if he was not pushed. So it's hard to imagine how his silhouette would look like and how to make this movement believable, even in these abstract shapes. And that's actually interesting also to explore. Now he looks like he's hanging on this spike, but he's kind of jumping out of the water. And that's what I should precise, so it's clear. У вас там периодически появляются новые лица, как приглашенные гости. Было бы интересно иногда знакомиться с новыми художниками. У нас есть, будет тоже Discord, он уже есть, как бы, сервер на Дискорде, Pizza Summit'овский. Но мы пока его не открыли публично, но мы планируем. И там уже можно со всеми общаться будет. Тоже как только, так сразу. Всегда сложно, когда несколько человек, то есть сориентироваться, кто когда может, кто что хочет рисовать или рассказать. И поэтому в основном получается все немножко спонтанно. Так что опубликуем скоро где-нибудь и в Инстаграме, и на YouTube канале дискордовскую линку. Я теперь как та дама из видео на YouTube, который микшировал английский с русским. Линку мы опубликуем на Discord сервер. И тогда все желающие смогут там пообщаться с нами и с друг другом. Maybe some splashes out of the water. Yeah, definitely there will be some, I guess. But you know, like it's always a challenge, you know, and that was what's interesting about some great artists, because they just by the shapes, by the silhouette of the kind of body language, you know, and you already can define what this person is doing and in which action is being caught. So that's what's challenging. I mean, of course I can draw a lot of splashes of water and it will make it more clear, but I kind of like this to create a problem and to trying to solve it, even if it's not necessarily useful, you know, it just keeps you occupied and your mind working, and maybe somehow you will find some interesting ways and tricks which you can use later. But for now I'm really stuck here, I don't like it. Maybe just making it kind of pointy triangle and that's it. Like it reminds a bit like a fish fin or tail. I think something wrong with his butt. It's too pointy also. Sorry guys, I will take some water. Do you know Ken Cooley? The artist, he makes figure paintings only using triangles. No, I never saw. Don't remember this name. Let me take a look. Oh, I probably seen some works like this, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That's nice. I like it. But it's interesting because that's what actually I was trying to avoid lately. From the very beginning of Patreon, I was trying to step out of this texture thing. I didn't want my digital drawings to look like fake traditional ones. So imagine the same painting like here on the screen and without all this texture and this kind of bumps and things like this, strokes, which doesn't have this brush feel in it, it's just pure shapes, you know. Yeah, that's really interesting, that's really nice. I like it. This sort of thing, but still it's like this kind of small textures, and you see that he's working with some other media, like some paper stencils and things like this, which makes it very physical. That's interesting. Nice. Thanks for sharing. I will leave this link. О, Натали, привет. Как так-то? Как так-то? Стрим в понедельник. Что за подарок? Если можно свои мысли подкидывать, можно голову ниже опустить, просто стремительные ноги и руки оставить. Выходит ярко. Ярко, да. Все это так и должно быть. Драма, драма. Да, наверное, с головой правильно, надо будет попробовать. Ноги, нет, ноги вот надо что-то с ногами сделать мне. Обязательно. Мне кажется, попа все портит. Извиняюсь за выражение. Не моя, а Свимена. Если ему ноги вот сделать так же, как этот хвост, торчащий из воды, то будет как будто он стоит. Yeah, that's actually about the noise. Yes, that's what I'm struggling with, because I'm confused. I never was drawing like this, you know, with the simple shapes and silhouettes. It's very hard for me, and that's why I'm using it. One of the artists said that that it's a sign of weakness, you know, as an artist. When you use these textures to imitate something, you know. It's very easy, you know, like I would just put, for instance, here, I don't know, let me see. I will put like some very smooth gradients everywhere, textured things and stuff like this. It's already will look better, probably, I don't know, but it's not what I'm exploring and that's what I'm struggling with. But still sometimes I'm confused and all I can do is just put another texture and that's it. So of course, yes, I'm using it. Okay, I'll leave it like this for now. I did something on Patreon, you know, using just these very simple brushes with no texture and everything. But what's confusing me is that as any human, you know, I would like to find some appreciation and everything, but I understand that people don't appreciate such a thing. Because even if I've spent more time just trying to figure out some shapes, without using some brushworks and textures and things like this, it still looks very simple. And that's the impression which people get. They think that it's simple, doesn't matter how much time you spend on it. And I'm falling into this trap as well. I don't feel like rewarded when I finish it. And it's complicated feeling because from one hand on one hand I feel satisfied because okay, I achieved something, I did something without texture work. But from the other hand, I know that people won't appreciate this sort of things. And I do care about people, so it's a confusing moment, confusing. And that's why I'm still using these texture brushes. Let's try to put his head down a bit. Oh yeah, more tension. That definitely looks better. Thanks to Natalie. By the way, Natalie, who is in the chat, she's a very great artist as well. Natalie Kayurova. Can find on Instagram. She got channel on YouTube. ArtStation. What else? Cat. I suppose. Okay, let me pause a bit. I'm trying to make a custom noise algorithm. Greg Mullings said he was also trying to make painting only with round brush. I like the approach of not trying to copy traditional ways that digital is in. Yeah, it's all understandable. It's very easy, you know, it's very easy to fake, to get impression, you know, out of texture work. All you need is just, and it's not bad, you know, it's just, it can solve some complicated tasks, of course. But as for me, you know, it's not my big goal to get rid of the texture work, it's just one of the goals, maybe, for now. But, I don't know. I see nothing bad in using textures. For me, it's just... I used it so much in the past, so of course at some point I wanted to explore some new grounds. The same I think about Craig. He was using textures even more than anyone else. Cat, what else? Yes. Cats are everywhere. Artificial intelligence. That we deserve. Okay, what's now? And his head between his arms, like his ears are touching his arms. Yeah, that could be interesting. I know what you mean, yes, but I will stay for like this for now. I initially wanted him to be kind of rescuing guy who's fighting the fire in the sea. But I find it very complicated how to put this, how it's called, this extinguisher. I can try though, but I don't think it will look convincing. Maybe with the head as well, yes, I can try to put it here. And draw the face. Might be interesting. I should give it a try. look like a kid's drawing. Like, look, this man is a firefighter. Give him a fire extinguisher. Sure, Daddy. Here it is. From the other hand, it can be like very cute and naive. Oh, I really don't know. One of my cat is scratching the litter in the litter box, and I have this epic music in my headphones. It works perfectly together. Some existential thing. Not convincing. Over. You see now why I'm the bad concept artist. I can sit all the day and redraw all the same thing over and over. Have you ever considered publishing a book? I don't have too much stuff for the book, I guess. Half of what I've done is commercial concept art, and I don't have enough things for personal art book, I suppose. As for the Patreon, I did how it's called, I don't know the word in English. I ordered a small amount of books on Blurb website. I did small art books. I have it here, by the way. But you've seen it already, I suppose. This is one, this one. With all the almost all the Patreon drawings, recent ones. Voila. And that's the maximum I can get, like this thickness of the book. I think it's around 20 something pages. Yeah. So actually I still got this book on Blurb, and I think I've heard that it can be sold out there. I mean, there is an option to sell the books on request. They will print it and ship to you. If you would be interested, I can try to investigate an option like this. For this particular one, I mean. For this book. Always forgetting to close this pause text. Okay, no problem. I will go and investigate on Blurb if I can make it happen. I just can't guarantee anything about the price, for sure. I think they will define the price for it. And since it's not a big amount of books to be printed, I think the price will be not that cheap. The book will be not that cheap. I mean affordable, but for this particular size it might be expensive. It's a really small one. Okay, let's try this trick with the head. Looks interesting. Looks kind of interesting for the option to draw the face, but I don't know. I don't know. I like it like this. He might seem to look around a bit. I mean, he's concerned about everything else, but here he's kind of like, I don't care. Just passing by the extinguisher. Ah, let me try. I don't know. It looks interesting, and the other one looks interesting as well. Okay, I will stay with this one then. Thanks for the tip. I like having images in books rather than on the screen. I agree, maybe if there is something behind him, he's looking at the viewer, maybe. Like this, he's concentrated. He's kind of on duty. He knows what he is doing, and here he a bit confused. And tired, even. So they are both interesting. Maybe like this. Confusing. Mysterious. Мне нравится ваша новая плоская графичная графика, хотя куриваешь не сразу, особенно когда сам совершенно не умеешь делать подобное, кажется почти магией. Ну, я тоже так думал до какого-то времени. И не так уж все графично на самом деле. Все тут намазано, нет какой-то конкретики графичной. Но спасибо большое. I think I will leave this one finally, because I really like this small dot. Like his head is like a small dot here, and it's kind of a good addition to this vertical thing here, which is the fish's tail supposed to be. I like it, like it's almost like a portrait, like this vertical fin, and there is this dot here. Here it's like the silhouette becomes very simple, just a oval thing, and that's it. But here something pops out, and I like it. So it was really cool, this one, yes indeed, but I will stay with this one, I guess. With the first idea. Thanks for the tip anyway. Графичная графика. Вообще, на самом деле, мне кажется, довольно-таки глупо уже в 21 веке переносить термины из традиционного искусства на компьютерное искусство. Хотя, по сути, вот то, что я делаю здесь на экране, та же самая обычная традиционная графика, только выполненная в фотошопе. И вот этого как раз я пытаюсь иногда избежать. То есть я иногда сажусь и думаю, блин, я же за компьютером работаю. Мне надо сейчас что-то пиксельное сделать или... То есть какой-то подобрать язык и атрибутику, которая не присуща традиционной манере совершенно, которая только существует в компьютере. Yeah, that's breaking the silhouette, and it's some kind of like it's captures attention a bit. Oh, pardon. Let's see what we can do with the fish. Especially with this fat fin. I don't know what to do. But I like the shape. Maybe just leaving it like this. Dark and fat and big. Maybe torn a bit somewhere, but it's too typical, I guess. Very trivial thing. Yeah, that will. And also, each time I'm starting a new drawing, I'm breaking all the rules which I'm creating for myself. Each time it's all the same story, and it's hard to get rid of it, you know, from some particular habits. Like I'm again starting to notice that I'm starting to polish the edges and things like this. I told so many times to myself, stop doing it. But from the other hand, I need to provide high-res images, which means that I can't leave it so dirty. And so my hand is picking up this brush and just automatically starts to clean up everything. In someone else's hands it might be already finished, you know. It's been how much? Like 1.5 hours or something. Need to think about the eye. I don't want it to look like a shark eye or something like it looks right now. I want it to look more like human. And maybe I will turn on this naive, kiddish thing again and just draw a human eye with eyelids. Textures. Because it's important. Because people won't believe otherwise that I spend a lot of time on this drawing. They will think like finished it within half an hour. Beautiful. Perfect. Like another fish. For the teeth, I wanted to do some teeth, but really thin ones and curved, and I don't know if I can copy paste it or it will look cheap. Itchy. She lost some. I know where she lost it. Hey Marco. The Deathloop illustrations I saw on Arcane Art Station are also a bit in this new style. I was very surprised by that because, as you said before, it is not something for a larger audience. Yeah, it was a mix. It's kind of mixing the techniques, I guess. But again, I'm just proposing. It's not my decision to know to push it forward or to stop here or try something else. So everything what's about the commercial illustrations, it's not my choices in most of the cases. So if everyone was alright with that, I'm alright with that. No problem with it. But as for me, yes, I was very interested how I can implement something which I discovered in my personal artworks into commercial ones. And I think this particular example represents it nicely. I think it was nicely done. Okay, there is no place for humor, so I'm deleting this dramatic picture drama. like how this brush creates this fire effect a bit somewhere. Kind of jittery thing. There's a trick, you know, for YouTube videos, or even like with the low compressions JPEG images, when you use the red color intensive one, you know how it's been compressed. It's kind of becomes smooth and not very clean, dirty, muddy. And I like this impression. Sometimes I'm doing like, especially for the fire, you know, when you do this compression effect, it works absolutely well with the fire. It becomes blurry and uneven. That's what the real fire looks like, in my opinion. Everyone can draw a fire, but to represent this movement and unpredictability, I don't know how to say this word, or even if this word exists in English. You got my point. I will use some other brushes, like size a bit, shapes. JPEG does weird things to hard edges, yes, also. It's I was using it a lot actually in the past years, especially when I was just starting live streaming. It was probably, I don't remember how much, maybe 10 or even more years ago. I really was standing for the glitchy art, and sometimes I would take an artwork which I just finished. I will save the copy in very loosey JPEG compression format, and then I would take it as a layer and overlay on the final image, trying to find a good balance with opacity, and it creates interesting things sometimes. It's also kind of like a computer digital effect, because even if you take the photo, like absolutely realistic photo, compress it very weirdly, very nicely, it will still look realistic. Even if you will do it, I don't know, 200 by 200 pixels, it will still look realistic. So the same with the paintings, you know. You can take any painting, compress it nicely, lower the resolution, it will look almost like a photo. I really don't know what to do with the water for now. Okay, let's do something with the water. Have you ever tried to text edit an image? It's like this image is consisting of text. I never tried it, but I found some very nice examples. Yes, I've seen some interesting things. I like pixel art a lot. I'm not a big follower. I don't know the big names there. I know there are a lot of pixel art professionals, but I'm stalking some guys on Behance, and some of them are really doing very cool things with it, including animations. It's very hard to do. I've tried sometimes some pixel art, and very hard. Oh, I can merge the layers. Okay, so be it. I need to finish soon because the repair guy will come. If you want, I can stream the repairment process, but I don't know yet if it will be that exciting. Black here. That's interesting how the image looks different on different monitors. I have my laptop here with YouTube opened, with the stream opened. It's a pretty nice Asus laptop, which is supposed to have a good screen. It's actually good, yes. I like half of what I was drawing 5 years ago, it was done on this laptop. And the colors look a bit weird compared to my main monitor. My main monitor is more like red and vivid, and on laptop it's more like traditional orange tint to everything. That's a bit weird. It's like absolutely different impressions, considering this small difference. Do you speak French? A bit. Just enough to go to the shop and order something in the restaurant. I think that's it. Very, very basic. So when repairman guy coming, I think we're gonna use some gesture language. I will dance around him trying to explain what have happened. As usual. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop somewhere here and maybe later I will refine something, add some more details. I'll think over it a bit. And I also would like to work on fire, like to bring some more tension there. Not enough drama. Well, and the fish eye, yes, I think it can be done more than that. Or maybe not. It's better. Well, there are obviously gonna be clouds, but dark ones, I guess. Because it will add some drama as well. It's not a smoke, it's the clouds. Don't be fooled by the shape. Oops. Okay guys, I think I will stop here and see what I can do later in the evening, I guess. So maybe tonight you can expect some update on Patreon. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to watch this boring stream. One more time. Спасибо всем. Thank you for your questions and everything. You have a good day and see you later.